Hey guys, welcome back to another video. So as you can see by the title and the thumbnail, this chair blows me. Okay, so right now let's just get a nice look at the chair. We got these arms and I put a plastic bag over here, but let's get to it. So if you are not seeing it wrong, this is my butt stain on here. I wear a lot of black clothes, so if you are gonna buy a white chair, just know that you might get black stains on your chair, which sucks. And as you can see over here, this is your control. So you got a vibration setting, and you got a heating setting, and you got the blowing setting. So this is what I meant, that you could blow yourself with the chair. So how do you hook that up? Usually, as you can see here, you are gonna have to have a battery pack installed with it because it runs on a USB-A port. So if you have a battery pack with a USB-A port, you'll be using that to connect to a battery, and then you could run it, or you could just hook this up to a outlet that has a USB-A port, but you'll stay plugged in basically. And then that means you won't be able to like roll around your chair, and you might roll over some wires. So that's the bad part about it being completely plugged in. But yeah, let's test the settings. So let's try testing the blowing function, right? So I'm gonna put a tissue paper over here, and basically, as you can see, it just blew the tissue away, and you can kind of gauge how loud it is too. So you definitely might want to wear a headphone if you mind the noise. So here, take a listen. So the fan is just underneath this seat. You do not get any fan cooling for your back here. So all of the functions are just for the seat. So when you have the heating function, the vibration function, heating function, and the blowing. So the heating and the blowing, you don't have to worry about your battery like auto shutting off because nothing is getting like the juice or anything like that. Vibration settings, you're gonna have to do it will auto shut off. Your battery will not detect the voltage from the vibration, so it will auto shut off before the 20-minute timer is up. So if you have the vibration on, you have 3 levels, but yeah, it's more of a gimmick because you don't really feel the vibration all too much, so it's not that great. The heating is fine. In the winter you can heat your butt, and that's good. So yeah, but in the summer you can blow your butt, and that's also good to cool your butt down. And then a lot of people want to talk about the actual armrest. These are, I think this is the only time I ever seen an armrest with so many different kind of way that you could put them. So as you can see, you could turn this 360 all the way around, and then you can also turn the actual armrest as well. See, turning the armrest. So here, it's hard doing it with one hand. So right here you see it's static. You could just turn this armrest 180 and you turn it back. So if you are like a bigger person, you could set the armrest further apart. So that's one good thing about basically having this chair. Or if you're a smaller person, you can set the armrest very close together, as you can see here. And then you can also adjust the armrest forward and backwards. So this is in the forward position, and you could pull it back or pull it back, and you'll see it adjust further forward or back. Angle it you want here, angle it outwards. So yeah, a lot of different directions that you can have with the armrest. So this chair I did buy with my own money. I did have a few problems with it, and the manufacturer or the people from Autofull, they were able to send me new armrests, because one of the problems was that the armrest that they sent was very fragile, so it broke, and I had to get it replaced. And the new ones they sent hasn't broke yet, but I feel like the materials are kind of similar, so I don't know if I put enough pressure it might break too. But yeah, here's hoping that it will not break. I had this chair for a while now, maybe like a year or so. So yeah, it hasn't broken yet. But then when I first got it, they sent over like the one that were already sent with the chair. They broke on the first day. So I was just playing around with the armrest, and then it just broke. I didn't even put too much pressure too, so that kind of sucks. And like, yeah, this chair, I was like looking up chairs on YouTube and things like that, and this chair came up because I like tech and I want to like kind of have these advanced tech in my chair, in my gaming chair, and I saw that it could heat you, it could blow you, and it could vibrate you. So I wanted to test these functions, and so every single one that I saw on YouTube, like people who got the chair, they're all sponsored or they were sent the chair for free so that they could review it. No one did I see that, you know, they pay for their own money and reviewed the chair on their own time. So I decided, like, if you are looking for a chair and you see this brand, because they once you search this chair up, they freaking, all the advertisements you ever see will be based on this chair, because that's what happened to me. I searched this chair up like one time, and then all my Instagram, my YouTube advertisement, it all said, like, posted this chair. I was like, oh my god. And then I finally gave in and, you know, bought the chair. And then to my disappointment, that yeah, I wouldn't recommend buying or paying full price for this chair. I think it was around like $560 something for this chair, which is quite a lot of money. So you want to try to, if you're spending $500 something on a chair, it better be good, right? You better not be discomfort when sitting on it, and things shouldn't break, or things shouldn't like not lock up when you want it to lock up, like the back. So one of the quality checks of a chair is how well it could like hold you up when you lean back with the chair. This one, not too great, because you have to really lock in the actual chair for you to not fall. So here I'm going to show you what I mean. Okay, so right now the chair is locked, right? Like, it's locked. I'm pushing back and it's good, right? And I just want to adjust it a little bit, slightly to the back. So here I pushed it a little back. Now if I'm letting my hands go, and now it just keeps going. So see, look at that, I almost fell. Why? Because you need to pay attention to the locking mechanism. It's somewhere deep in there. You need to like kind of push this in and then like try to adjust it in a way that it actually locks into that particular slot. I think this is the only chair I have that kind of problem with. Other chairs, like, you just pull on it and if you just let go, it will automatically lock itself. But then this one, you have to kind of like wiggle it until it's really secure. Then you won't fall. So that's one thing bad about it. So as for the blowing function, it does keep your butt cool for a little bit, and then all of a sudden it's like your body adapts to it and you don't really feel the coolness after, like, you know, 30 minutes of blowing you. But the heating function, you will definitely keep feeling it as, you know, you sit on the chair. So that's a good thing. But the vibration is very, 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 very light. You probably won't even ever use it. So that's something that is not something you would want to buy the chair for. Now, as far as the comfort, every single chair that I have bought so far, like, my body always have to adapt to the chair. Like for this chair, if I sat on it for a very long time, my tailbone starts to hurt. I have a Razer chair as well that is like extra large or something, and my tailbone still hurts on that. But although it is kind of a little bit more comfortable than this chair, but yeah. And then I went through like your typical mesh chairs from Office Depot or something like that. Those also aren't good because they break very easily. And then I went over like some cheap gaming chairs. Those were not that good. So yeah, I've tested a lot of these budget kind of chairs, and all of them just doesn't ever feel too great or comfortable when sitting on. I know that there are more expensive chairs out there like Secret Labs and maybe Herman Miller's, but I don't think I want to fork over $1,000 or so for a chair. Another thing I want to pay attention to is the headrest. As you can see, I have a plastic bag covering over it because the material of this you cannot wash. So everything is attached, you can't unzip it or anything. So that means that if you're a dirty person and you sweat a lot or something like that, this will get yellow and then you won't even be able to wash it, which sucks because it's quite comfortable with the headrest. It's like a soft pillow, as you can see, it's very soft. And it can also kind of like form into your head. As you see, it could bend like this and then it will stay in that shape, so your head gets locked in here, which is pretty nice. And then you can also move this up and down, like down here, and then you move it up. And you can also pull this out, as you can see from this mechanism. Pulling it out. Okay, and then you can push it back in. Boom. Very easy. Just know that if you pull it all the way out, that's when you can push it back in. But if you pull it a little bit, that's when it locks. So don't have it pushed all the way out. Otherwise, that will unlock the system, and that's how you work the headrest. So yeah, I'm gonna keep the plastic bag over it so that it doesn't get dirty. Especially when you're not using it for a while, dust will get on it and it turns black, and you don't want to do that. And if you also care about the leg rest for a chair, this does have it as well, but it's not as smooth when you pull it out, so it takes a little bit of fighting for you to pull it out. And there you go, that would be your leg rest. So yeah, and just lock it back. See, as you could tell, it's very hard. I'm pushing it really difficultly, and the friction is like it fights against you. Some chairs, you know, it glides smoothly, but not this one. And then you can also raise the seat with the lever over here as well. No problems with that. I replaced the casters that they got with the rubber wheels, but you don't have to do that. There was nothing wrong with their caster except that it's kind of very slippery. So if you have a wood floor, you'll probably be moving around if you try to put your legs on a chair or something. It's going to push you backwards. So here I am at Autofull's website for the gaming chair, and this is the chair that I got, but it's a white version. I don't think they sell the white version anymore. Maybe I got the, you know, testing product or something, but I think they probably improved their products. That's why they named it Pro. Mine didn't say Pro. It actually said just Autofull M6 active cooling ergonomic gaming chair, and it's around $450. And as you can see, there's ventilation, which the blowing function, and then the heating function, dynamic lumbar support, 360 adjustable armrest, which I showed you, 160 recline with footrest, 330 pound or 150 kilograms as max load. Recommended height 5'3", 6'3". So as you can see, this is their gaming chair. So one thing I forgot to show you for the chair is that because there is like technology under the seat, if you put your feet on it, like let's say you wanted to screw in a light bulb or something and you need a chair to stand on, if you put your feet on there, you're gonna feel the fan, and it's not gonna be quite comfortable when you step on it. So the cushion between the fan and the cushion to your butt is quite thin. So when you step on it, you'll definitely feel the technology, the fans and things like that. But if you sit on it, you don't feel it as much, unless maybe you're like a heavier person, you might feel the stuff. So yeah, if you're a heavy person, I probably wouldn't recommend this chair. Okay, so I think that's it for today. If you are wondering what I'm actually wearing, this is actually a vest that vibrates with sound. So yeah, that's why I'm wearing this right now. But if you want me to do a review on this vest, you know, let me know down in the comments below. But anyways, yeah, so the final verdict of this chair, if you like, you know, new tech and you like to heat your butt and blow your butt without worrying about, you know, getting your separate equipments to do those things, I guess you could, you know, fork over money. But in my opinion, if you were to ask me, because I'm not gonna lie, I do like the blowing function, I do like the heating function. The vibration, I wish it was stronger, way stronger, and also longer, because you cannot set the timer that cuts off, so it will shut off by itself for the vibration, but the fan and the heating will not shut off until you want it to shut it off. So that's one good thing. But yeah, I do enjoy those two features. Would I buy again? I probably wouldn't buy it. I don't think it's worth that much money just for the heating and blowing function alone, because, you know, the comfort's not there, the quality isn't there. The backrest, you know, it doesn't lock correctly. The footrest has a hard time pulling out. So yeah, and then the headrest can't be removed to wash. And yeah, there's just a lot of problems for a $500 chair. But yeah, so that's my take on the chair. Let me know what you think, and I'm sorry if you're watching this video and then all of a sudden all of your advertisements are for this chair, because they go all out with the sponsors with this chair. So be careful out there. I'm sorry if it starts popping up for you. But yeah, let me know what you guys think. Leave a comment, like the video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.